All aboard the Spencer Rattler hype train. And in today's video, we're going to go through the Spencer Rattler hype train because it has made its way to mainstream NFL media. Dianna Russini and Mina, they both spoke out about Spencer Rattler and the quarterback situation in New Orleans. So I'm going to dive into what they said, and I'm also going to give you my analysis. But before we get to that, I got to ask you a quick question because I can understand those of you who say, I like Derek Carr. There are certain people out there who make YouTube videos who used to like a different team that had different colors that really like Derek Carr. Those same people are now Saints fans, so I know they're going to type their DCs. Those same people are also saying that the Spencer Rattler hype train needs to stop and it's gone too far. They don't know ball. They are absolutely wrong because if this is their best option for a quarterback, I'm sorry. I just disagree with you. I can also appreciate those of you who say Jake Haener, but for me, I'm going with the rattlesnake, Spencer Rattler. So get down in the comment section and share your thoughts. So Dianna Russini, she recently took to social media and posted a clip where she was talking with former Saints quarterback Chase Daniel, and she was discussing the vibe in New Orleans. And I'm not talking about the vibes on Bourbon Street. I'm talking about the vibes in the quarterback room, and she received a pretty interesting text. The text read, "The vibes are really, really high." And I didn't exaggerate saying really, really high. I didn't exaggerate by capitalizing the high. In the video that's on social media, Dianna Russini verbally out loud said, in all caps, really, really high. And then she followed up with this. Now, of course, the follow-up question is, wait, is Spencer Rattler going to beat out Carr? And the text responded, like, no. But Dianna Russini followed on in the podcast to say, but we need to keep an eye on this one. And in that same video, she discussed how right now, for the New Orleans Saints in terms of QB1, there is no quarterback controversy. Derek Carr, whether you like it or not, he is your starting quarterback for this season in New Orleans. Now, if things shake out differently, if people get hurt, if maybe Spencer Rattler or Jake Haener absolutely starts wheeling and dealing and Derek Carr starts to struggle, maybe things are a different conversation down the road. But for right now, in this moment of time, at the time of filming this video, there is no quarterback controversy in New Orleans when it comes to QB1. And I will remind you really fast to get updates on the quarterback situation because we have yet to decide who is the quarterback 2 and who's the quarterback 3 between Jake Haener and Spencer Rattler. So anytime there's updates around the quarterback situation, if there's anything notable about Derek Carr or any of the other 2 QBs on the roster, we're going to give you a video and we're going to keep you updated. So be sure to subscribe and lock us in for free videos. Now coming up, we got more to discuss from Dianna Russini, and then Mina, she actually was talking about Spencer Rattler, and she gave a special shout-out to Saints Twitter, which I'm a very proud member of, and I know a lot of you watching are very proud members of. But before we get into that, I got to tell you about today's presenting sponsor, and one of my favorite sponsors we have here at Chat Sports, and it is Prize Picks, my favorite daily fantasy sports app, and it's a reason that they are the #1 DFS app in America. With over 5 million active members, it's the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. And unlike on other apps, with Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. And if you use our code CLNS when you download the Prize Picks app, you will get $50 instantly when you play $5. Now, you can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. And reminder, when you sign up today, you get $50 instantly when you play $5. And you don't even need to win to receive that $50 bonus. It is 100% guaranteed. And if you want a guarantee of a projection that will win, I'm telling you right now, Alvin Kamara more than 53.5 rushing yards against that terrible Panthers defense, sign me up. Caleb Williams, half a passing yard. That's the other cool thing about Prize Picks. They have all these cool promos and specials all throughout the week. And right here is free money. I am 100% convinced we could go grab Ian Book off of the couch right now and he could throw for a passing yard. So if you want to go ahead and win some money and turn your football knowledge into real-time cash, I encourage you to download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS. Friendly reminder, when you sign up, you will get $50 instantly when you play $5 when you use code CLNS. All that information is in the comments and description of this video. Shout out to Prize Picks for making today's show possible. All right, so with Mina Kimes and with Dianna Russini, I just really think that when you have people at their stature and at their level talking about the quarterback 2 or quarterback 3 in New Orleans, I mean, that's just a very telling thing for me. And Dianna Russini on her show continued to say this. I think this is going to be a situation where you had the veteran quarterback as the starter, like we see in New England, we see in Pittsburgh, and hey, we've seen it before with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers a handful of times. Once things go a little weird, could they be calling for a backup? Now, again, I just said it. We've seen this happen before. With winning the quarterback 2 battle, though, like I want to talk about the QB2 battle and the importance of it because, in my personal opinion, just because Jake Haener wins the QB2 doesn't mean he's the QB of the future. Just because Spencer Rattler wins QB2 doesn't mean he's the QB of the future. We are legitimately only talking about the backup quarterback and who can run the offense, who can manage an NFL game better right now at this moment in time. And, you know, that's up for the coaching staff to decide. But for Spencer Rattler, I truly do believe the future is around him. Jake Haener, he's a fine quarterback, but let's think about this. Pete Carmichael and his offensive coaching staff drafted Haener. Kubiak and his offensive coaching staff drafted Rattler. And when it comes to what Dianna Russini had to say in another quote that she put out on the video that this whole video is discussing, look at this. I totally agree with her on this. The New Orleans Saints have a really good quarterback situation right now. If you disagree, I'm sorry, but they have a great quarterback situation. Is the numbers going to be great this year? Probably not. Are they going to win a Super Bowl? Probably not. But do they have a really nice situation where Spencer Rattler can sit behind Derek Carr and he can learn, he can observe, he can get up to speed, he can work out some of those mechanics? That is a phenomenal situation. And with the young if teams are trying to go from the veteran quarterback to a young quarterback, I think it's a smart play. And I think that the New Orleans Saints are set up for success. And dare I remind you of a name? Patrick Mahomes. Remind me, did he start his rookie year outside of one game at the very end of the season? No, that didn't happen. What about Jordan Love? It had like that guy who smoked all that crazy ayahuasca and peyote. Oh, yeah, Aaron Rodgers. He was around. But wait, they did that with the guy who does the jeans. Brett Favre, I think is his name. Brett Favre. Yeah, you remember all of that? This is a clearly working plan. This is a smart plan. And I am all in on hashtag the agenda. I mean, Spencer Rattler, I want him to be the quarterback of the future. I understand that right now he's a fifth-round pick. He may not even be QB2. But the intangibles, the gameplay that he has, and on top of that, the abilities that he brings to the New Orleans Saints are absolutely phenomenal. The fact that he fell to the 5th round is a joke, and the New Orleans Saints pulled off a highway robbery by bringing in Spencer Rattler as a 5th-round selection. And for me, I'm all in on the agenda. You've seen it on social media. It's hashtag the agenda with the snake emoji. So if you believe in Spencer Rattler, let's take it from social media to the YouTube comment section. If you believe in him, give me a hashtag the agenda and throw a snake emoji at the back end of that for the rattlesnake. And if you don't believe in Spencer Rattler, just tell me why. I can understand it. I'm willing to listen, but I want to hear what you have to say. You got to get in the comment section. Otherwise, I don't know what you think. So let's talk about Mina Kimes now. Dianna Russini, she does a lot of great work. But Mina Kimes, she also had some really interesting thoughts on Spencer Rattler. So every time I posted anything about Rattler playing well in the preseason, it just gets filled with the snake emojis and hashtag the agenda. There's kind of like a Rebel Alliance type sect forming on Saints Twitter that just wants Spencer Rattler to play. I don't disagree. Like, I would like to see Spencer Rattler play. Is he pro-ready? Is he more pro-ready than Derek Carr? That's another conversation. I don't think that that's necessarily the case. But they're very different quarterbacks. Rattler plays with finesse. He can use his legs. I think he is a better fit for a modern offense in the National Football League. He can use his legs to navigate around the pocket. He can buy more time when pressure starts rolling in. And we saw it multiple times in the preseason. If he needs to just tuck the ball and run, he'll lay down his shoulder and make the fucking play happen. Dare I remind you what happened in the preseason week 1 game against the Cardinals. He lowered his shoulder, he took the damn hit, and he put up 6 points for his team. That is the type of quarterback I want on my team. That is the type of player that I think is a more modern and more suitable for what the NFL is trying to do right now. He's also not afraid to make those risky throws. I understand and I appreciate Derek Carr for not wanting to just huck the ball up and do whatever the hell he wants to do. But I also can appreciate Spencer Rattler for saying, hey, I'm willing to take this risky throw. I trust my guys. I'm gonna take the pill. I'm going to put it on an absolute laser, and it's going to go right where you can get it because I trust my receiver to make the play. I really like Spencer Rattler's mobility and the arm talent. It is something that he has been praised for since his time at high school when all of the question marks started to rise around him because of that QB1 show or the documentary or whatever it was on Netflix. But for me, I also know that I'm not the only one who recognizes it. I know that you're not the only one who recognizes it. I know that Mina and Dianna Russini and Ian Rappaport and all of them, I know they're not the only ones who see it. What about number 12, your wide receiver 1? This was what he said back in training camp early into the summer. He's really talented. Rattler's arm talent is off the frickin' charts. I want to see him in action, but from my first impression, he's going to be a really good player. And I thought that I thought that exact same thing. During the preseason, hey, we saw growth. We saw some things that weren't amazing, but we saw them get addressed and we saw the progress. We saw some really nice throws. He continued to do those. We saw a lot of positives from Spencer Rattler. And for me, my final thoughts. The offense in New Orleans, it needs a spark. Just quite frankly, it needs a spark at the quarterback position. And you can get a little bit of a spark from Taysom Hill. You can get a little bit of a spark from Alvin Kamara. That's 100% true. But the quarterback position is the most important position in all of sports for a reason. Derek Carr will not give you that spark that the New Orleans Saints need to get over the hump, not just to make the playoffs, but to make some noise in the postseason. So for me, I want the future to revolve around Spencer Rattler. Thank you to Derek Carr for coming in. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate some of the highlights. But at the end of the day, I just don't think the future revolves around DC4. I think it's more catered to Spencer Rattler. And hey, I'm excited for the future. And if you are, get down in the comment section. Show some love. Don't forget to subscribe. And y'all stay golden. We will see you next time.